All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Big Dog Brett. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. Today we're going to be talking about breaking down very quickly what just happened in the University of Georgia versus Tennessee game, or Tennessee versus Georgia, however you want to look at it. Basically, what happened was a complete embarrassment of the Tennessee offense. That we've heard all week about how this is the 2019 LSU team. They're going to go in and destroy everybody, overwhelm everybody, embarrass everybody. Didn't even come close to happening. So here's what I want to do real quick. I'm going to go through basically what happened in this game. Hendon Hooker come out. He threw for 23 for 33, which is somewhere around the neighborhood of about 70%. But they averaged 5.9 yards an attempt, one interception in the end zone, snatched that right off the board. Stetson Bennett came out, threw for 17 of 25. So that puts Georgia throwing right at 68%. But we averaged 10.3 yards a carry. QBR was 98.1. QBR for Hendon Hooker was 59.8. Worst performance I think I've seen of any quarterback this season so far as QBR rating goes. Tennessee had a horrible day rushing the ball. They averaged 2.2. Yes, you heard me correct. 2.2 yards per attempt. They didn't even break 100 yards in rushing. Georgia knew that their run game, is what allowed them to throw the ball deep. Georgia absolutely shut that down. There will be no running of the ball against Georgia. Georgia didn't have a great day rushing the ball, but they did pick up 130 yards in rushing, 3.5 per carry, which is not awesome, but it was enough. Georgia's passing game, Georgia had 257 yards. Georgia's total offense was just shy of 400. Tennessee's offense was just shy of 300. So big difference there. Tennessee fumbled twice, recovered one of them. Georgia fumbled twice, lost both. So Georgia gave away a couple of possessions here. Stetson Bennett did not throw any interceptions. Georgia was told all week that they weren't going to be able to get after Hendon Hooker. You got to be aware of his legs. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Georgia is not afraid of running quarterbacks. Georgia was able to get after Hendon Hooker and sack him 6 times. We also need to send some information over to the refereeing in this game. These refs absolutely abysmal. I was talking about it in the end of the first quarter. There was a safety there that we should have been given. Not given. There was a safety there that we got that was taken away from us because the referees don't understand what down in the end zone is. If a guy has a ball held to his chest, and I shall demonstrate. If you have a ball like this, you have possession. And your legs are laying on, when every part of you is laying on the ground except your hands, you're down, and then you throw the ball out of the end zone and somebody picks it up on the half-yard line. That's not a fumble, sir. He was down for a week. That guy had actually already taken a nap by the time he let go of the ball. He was down. That should have been a safety. Wasn't. Georgia goes out there, quick strike, bang, gets a touchdown right after that. Georgia didn't even play offense in the second half. Didn't have to. Georgia played bully ball. I said earlier that I thought the score was going to be 31-20. If Tennessee catches that ball in the end zone, that makes it 20. If Georgia gets a safety, that makes it 29. It's kind of where I thought it would be. Georgia covers the spread here easily. Not even close. Georgia absolutely embarrasses Tennessee. The Volunteers fans have been coming out all week talking about how good their offense is. Hendon Hooker is going to embarrass Georgia, this, that, and the other. That there was not going to be the fans weren't going to matter. They're not ready. They're going to come down there and take over the stadium. That didn't happen either. Multiple pictures, aerial overshot. There may have been 10,000 Volunteer fans there. The sound level in that stadium got up to 125 decibel. I think there were 6 or 7 pre-snap penalties, and at least 4 of those were false starts. This Tennessee's team was completely overwhelmed by Georgia. They got a pity touchdown at the end of the game that was basically given to them because Georgia made a mistake on and extended a drive for them. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, they would have been completely shut out of the end zone. An embarrassment. Tennessee fans making all kind of excuses now. Oh, we don't have the talent Georgia has. We know that. We told you that. They picked up on what Georgia was doing. Josh Heupel should have done a better job scheming. There's nothing he could do. Georgia, that is you guys' offense. Georgia knew that was going to happen. Kirby Smart knew that was going to happen. Will Muschamp knew that was going to happen, and Georgia went out there and absolutely wrecked it. You're not going to run the ball against Georgia. If you plan on running the ball against Georgia, you better come up with another plan because you're not going to do that. Hats off to our punter for putting up a 75-yard punt, pinning them at the 1-yard line. Rosemary Jack-Saint got a touchdown in the end zone. Stetson Bennett runs for a touchdown. And I think there was one other touchdown in there. I can't remember who got it, but might have been Brock Bowers. I don't know. But here's what I'll tell you. Kenny McIntosh averaged 5 yards a carry. Stetson Bennett picked up a 13-yard touchdown run. Ladd McConkey had a great game. 5 catches for 94 yards. Jalen Hyatt, 6 catches for 63 yards. He averaged 10 yards catch, and so did Cedric Tillman, but it just wasn't enough. Dogs defense way too stout. And as far as trying to win out the rest of the games and squeak your way into the college football playoff, you're not going to do that with this kind of performance. Georgia has already shown exactly what Tennessee is, and a team with a good defense will shut Tennessee down. All of the mistakes that Alabama made, like I said, is what kept them in the game, and all of the penalties, really, that extended drives is really what helped Tennessee beat Alabama. Just a myriad of problems. Everything that I told you guys was going to happen is exactly what happened. Hats off to Tennessee for developing their program to where they have, being 8-1 currently. Hats off to their fans that did show up to apologize. And if you're one of those fans that's watching this video and you don't apologize for all the trash talking, well, that just says what we think about some of those Tennessee fans that won't own a loss. As a Georgia fan, this is probably the spiciest I've been about a win in a while. Maybe I think the Oklahoma game might have been one of the ones I was pretty spicy about. Just absolutely tired of all the trash talk. Georgia was the number 2 offense in the country coming into this game, and people wanted to act like that didn't mean anything. Georgia's number 4 defense in the country, and people wanted to act like that didn't mean anything. Georgia playing in Athens at a sold-out crowd with a 125 decibel sound rating. People wanted to act like that wasn't going to mean anything. Georgia having an absolutely elite talent on the field, like that's not going to do anything. And Georgia having an elite coaching staff, like that's not going to do anything. All it did was really embarrass Tennessee, as the way that some of the fans acted. So I'm sorry that you guys felt that way. Georgia absolutely went out and did what they wanted to do in this game. Georgia didn't even have to play offense in the second half. Didn't even try to. Georgia was running the ball on 3rd down, 3rd and 14. Georgia running the ball on 3rd and 14. A team who converts more than 50% of their 3rd downs is running the ball on 3rd and 14 just to hurry up and get the game over with because they already knew they were going to dominate. Georgia could have put up a lot more points in this game, just basically chose not to. If you don't believe me, go back and watch. When Georgia had these drives, they drained, I think, 9 minutes off the clock in the 3rd quarter. Just drained the clock. That's all they wanted to do. Georgia wanted to go down the field and hit quick strikes. Stetson Bennett was dropping dimes. There were multiple times that the score should have been 34 because I think Darnell Washington, or it might have been Rosemary Jack Saint, dropped a touchdown in the end zone. Is what it is. I think we picked the field goal up because of that. Can't remember if it was before or after the half. But anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. Just want to let you know Georgia's absolutely dominating. Tennessee is not going to get into the college football playoff after this performance. If it had been closer, you might can make an argument, but not with what we saw today, guys. Really appreciate you guys being here. Have a great day. God bless. The Dogs back on top, number 1, as we should be. And one of those to the College Football Playoff Committee. Read between the lines. You know what I mean? Have a great day. God bless. Go Dogs.